What's up, mariners? This is Abhilash. Welcome back to Sailor's Guide. Well, this video is very special. In this video, I'm going to show you my office, second officer's office, that is bridge. Well, this place is very special on the ship. We have all the navigational equipments and the GMDSS equipments. Well, as you know that aeroplanes have cockpits from where they fly the aeroplane. They have all the navigation equipments and all other things there. Same way, we have the place known as bridge from where we can navigate the ship. We have all the navigation equipments here, all the GMDSS equipments here, which is a fancy name for the equipments which are used for the communication in the case of emergency and all other things. We have lot more inside the bridge. Well, in this video we will cover up everything. So before going inside, I will cover up the things which are outside. Well, outside this place is known as wings. Wings, you know already the wings of the bird. This is the same way we call as bridge wings. So this place also have some of the things which are important to tell you. So first of all, I will tell you about the remote console which we have on the bridge wings, which are used by the captain and the pilots when we are arriving at the port, so that they can have a good idea from outside that the ship is getting alongside really well. So they use the telegraph bow thruster from here. So this is the remote panel. Let's check out what is inside. Okay, we have this speed log here. We have another speed log. We have a mini ACDIS screen here, which normally or not all the ships will have, but yes, this is a special feature. We have ROT indicator, we have rudder indicator also, we have this Banvas resetting button, okay, and here is the dimmer for the indications. We have this override tiller. This is used for the steering. We can straight away move this tiller to move the rudder, okay. This is for whistle, this is for Morse code. You can see here this is a ampere meter. When you move the bow thruster starboard or port, so ampere will go up and down, so you know that the bow thruster is working. Another thing here is this is the telegraph unit. So once you transfer the control here, you can move the telegraph from here. You can see here that slow ahead, all the markings are here. You can use this telegraph to give the engine movements. Same way around, if you pass the control here to the bridge wing, you can have a bow thruster control here. You can use the bow thruster by rotating this. You can give thruster to starboard or to the port. You have a telephone here also. You have a list of telephone numbers here. So these all things are here. Well, we have all of these things in a remote control panel. We have one more special thing here, that is a MOB marker. That is that thing is known as a MOB marker, and this is the live buoy which is connected to the MOB marker. If somebody gets a man overboard, you need to release this unit. So by using this live buoy, you can release it. You can see there will be a one pin here. You just release the pin. This live buoy will go into the water and take MOB marker along with it. This live buoy should be heavier than the normal live buoys. Well, normal live buoys are around 2.5 kg. This should be more than 4 kilograms and withstand the height from where it has been stored. Okay, so this is a special live buoy. Always will be weight more than 4 kilograms as per the SOLAS. Okay, and we have one more thing here. This is the gyro repeater which we have covered because of the weather situations. You can see those indicators also. You can see those indicators. Indicators are also there, rudder indicator and the RPM indicator. Well, we have one more thing here. You need to comment down below and tell me what it is. Well, inside what we have here is 2 thermometers. Okay, so here this is the dry one and this is the wet one. So it is giving around 27 degrees and this one is around 23 degrees. So the difference between them will give you the relative humidity. Not the difference, but you can access the chart which shows you the relative humidity. Well, here is one more thing here. This is EPUB, that is emergency position indicating radio beacon. Well, inside you will have a EPUB like this. Okay, you can test this also. You can also switch it on in case of distress. It can also get released automatically by using this HRU unit. This is hydrostatic release unit. By using HRU, this EPUB can get released if when the ship will sink, this EPUB will get out automatically. By using the HRU, it can go, it will be float free and it will send signal to the satellites and to the maritime coastal station so that they can help us once we are in distress. We have one more thing here, that is fire hose box. We have fire hose inside. We have a hydrant here. We have a deck air connection. This is a compressed air connection. Okay, well, this blue one is always for the fresh water, so fresh water connections is also here. You can see here one gauge is also here which shows you the pressure of the fire line. You can see this gauge is connected to the fire line, so it gives you the pressure when you switch on the fire fire pump, this will give you the pressure, how much pressure it is in the line. Alright guys, so let's go inside and find out what is there inside the bridge. Alright guys, now we can start from the starboard side. First at the entrance you can see here that we have a EBD here. This is the IMO symbol for the EBD, and we have a EBD, this one. I have made a separate video of the EBD, that how to use this, what is the procedure. You can do check out that video, link is in the description below. Here on this side we have this CO2 fire extinguisher. On the bridge you will always find CO2 extinguisher because CO2 extinguishers are used for the fire which are electrical fires. So we have electrical equipments all over the place here, so that's why we have CO2 extinguisher. Alright guys, now let's move on to the equipments here. Here is the panel for the ballast and the bilges. So we can see the ballast lines here, all the ballast tanks, and the cargo hold bilges here in this side. So all in one screen, everything is in one screen here. So this is the system which we use for the deballasting or for pumping on the bilges from the bridge. Even though we have a same panel in the ship's office also, so we can do it from there and from here also. Just only that we have to transfer the controls from ship's office to the bridge. Moving on to the next thing, we have here a remote control panel for the pumps. These are the fire pumps. You can see it's written here, number fire pump 1, number 2, and the emergency fire pump. These are the 3 pumps which we have on board, and we can start the fire pump from here also. This is the remote control. We have these controls in the ECR also, and in also the fire control room. Okay, so we have these remote control panels over there also. Here in this, under this one, you can see this is the smoke detection system for the cargo hold. Any alarm comes from the smoke detectors which are present in the cargo hold, we will have alarm here. Okay, so you can check where the alarm has come from, and you can inform the duty AV to check if there is a fire situation or it's just a fault alarm. Okay, here now you can see these are the emergency stop buttons. So ES1, ES2, ES3, ES4, there are 4 buttons. You can check here ES1 for what all the things which will switch off in case of fire. If you want to stop all of these things, so just press ES1, all of these things will be shut down immediately. So these are the emergency stop buttons which can be used in case of emergency, especially in case of fire situation. Alright guys, now moving on the next thing, this is the power failure alarm panel. So if any case of power failure, these indications will glow up. You can see the main power, emergency power are in white color, so it means all the power is okay. If any case of failure, this red will glow up. So navigation district board, communication board, these kind of things, if you have power failure, you will have indications here. You can reduce the dimmer like this from here, and any alarm comes, you can press this silence button. Okay, so these kind of things. For test button also here, you can see the alarm is working and the lights are also working, so it means everything is okay. Moving on to the next thing, here you can see this is the fire push button. These things you will find all over in the accommodation and in the engine room. From here you can activate the fire alarm remotely. Okay, let's say you see the fire in where you are working, you see this button, you just have to press this button. This is called as call button. You press this button, immediately the fire alarm will get activated. So these kind of things you will find in your accommodation alleyways and in the engine room especially. Well, this is the water mist system. No alarms, nothing is here. This alarm will come only when the water mist system gets activated. What is water mist system? You have seen in the movies also. If in any case of fire, this water starts spraying from the top. So we have some places where we have this kind of system, water mist system. It's basically in purifier room, in boiler platform, these kind of spaces we have this water mist system, and if it gets activated, you will get the alarm. It means somewhere we have a fire, and you can find out by checking the alarm which alarm has come, and you can check if it gets activated by fault or if there is any actual fire present there. Okay, next fire panel is for the smoke detectors inside the accommodation and in the ECR and all other places. You will have alarms here. Okay, you can also disable the alarms here. This is very important. You can also disable the smoke detectors. Smoke detectors looks like this. Okay, you see this one, this is a smoke detector. So actually it detects the smokes and it will give you the alarm over here in this panel. So these kind of smoke detectors you will find out all over the place on ship. And if you want to disable, let's say you want to do some hot work here, and obviously because of welding there will be smoke, so you want to disable this particular smoke detector, you just need to go disable, and you have to disable that particular smoke detector on this deck. So there will be no alarms until this disablement has been done. But make sure after the work is done, you need to remove this disablement, so that if any case a fire actually happen, so you know that it is happening. Because if actual fire happens and it is under the disablement, you will not get the alarm. Alright guys, so the next thing which we have here, it is a watertight door indicator panel. Okay, so there are so many watertight doors inside the ship. Actually the ships has been divided into some sections in case if water ingress happens inside the ship. so water should not transfer to the another section. So that's why we have the watertight doors. It should be closed. So you can see here the indication greens mean it is closed. Here actually some work is going on, that's why these doors are open. So you can reduce and increase the dimmers. You will always have these kind of switches all over your equipments. You can reduce the dimmer at night time because you want to look outside, so you need to reduce the lights which are inside. Okay, these are the lamp test to check that all the lights are working. So everything is working here, it's all good. Well guys, we have one more actually we have two alarms here. This is cold chamber call alarm, this is a hospital alarm. Actually these alarms are very important because we have actually refrigerator rooms inside the ship accommodation. Actually we have 3 refrigerator rooms inside the ship, and we have meat room, we have vegetable room. In vegetable room the temperature is about -5 degrees. In your meat room we have -20 degrees temperature inside. So if somebody has gone inside to take out some stores and he is stuck inside, so he is in emergency because he might die inside. So that's why they have given this push button inside those stores, and you will get the alarm here in this section that somebody is stuck inside and somebody has to go to rescue him. Same way we have the hospital alarm here. Let's say somebody is injured and somebody is sick, he is inside the hospital and he wants help, he cannot reach the telephone, and that's why we have this hospital call alarm. This is normally near to the bed of the hospital. Okay, so as soon as he push the button we can get the alarm here. So to stop the alarm you press the silence button. Okay, that's it. Alright, we have some papers here regarding the scrubber, and below that we have this PA system. This is a public announcement system like you have seen in the airports and you have seen in the railway stations. We have this kind of PA systems where they can announce the information. So that's what we have here. So we have so many speakers. Speakers will be like this. You can see this is a speaker for PA and GA. These speakers you will find in your cabins and in your toilets, in your elevator, everywhere. So if we have some general information to transmit, we can use this PA system. This is also can be used in emergency situations. Okay, so after that we have this X-band radar here. Well, you know this radar is important for us because X-band radar catches the SART signals. Well, this one important thing I missed here. We have SART near to the entrance of the doors. We have one SART here on the starboard side, one SART here on the port side. Well, this X-band radar catches the SART signal. That's why we should have X-band radar. Everybody should have the X-band radar running all the time. So if somebody is in distress and he has switched on the SART, you will get the rings over here. And I also made the separate video for the SART also. You can check out that video. The link is in the description below. Moving on to the next thing, this is our very important equipment. This is known as ECDIS. This is actually the electronical chart. We don't have paper charts now because we have 2 ECDIS individual powers, and that's why there is no need of paper charts. Well, the benefit of electronic charts is that you can zoom in, zoom out. So many other layers are there. You can see the vessels and you can calculate the ETA all the time. You can track live that you are following the course. Okay, you are on the track. So these are the benefits of the ECDIS. It's very, very useful equipment. Well, next thing we have here is VHF. VHF is actually used for the communication with another vessel, and also in case of distress. Distress means you are in emergency. In that case, you need to communicate through this. You need to send some distress signal by using this. You can see this button, distress button. You need to press this button to send the distress signals to the ships which are around you. Well, the range of VHF is about 50 nautical miles. So to communicate inside the 50 nautical miles, this is the equipment you will use. Okay, so you can use this push to talk button like a walkie-talkie. You press this button and talk. Here we always keep this channel on channel 16 because the channel 16 is globally used for the emergency situation. This is a DSC frequency, and we have a printer for this VHF if anything you want to print out. Here we have a distress button also. This is a distress button for the immerse set, which I will show you later on. Here we have a binocular, which is a good binocular actually. We can see through it, the sea. Okay guys, so the another thing which we have here is the sound signal controller. Actually this is the automatic sound signals. You already know that we have different sound signals. In the restricted visibility, in normal visibility we have maneuvering signals. You can see here 1 short blast, 2 short blast, 3 short blast, 5 rapid short blast. You already know what is the meaning of this. Okay, so these are the maneuvering signal. On this side we have the signal for the restricted visibility. You can see here we have 1 long blast, 2 long blast, like this, okay. So these are the different signals for the restricted visibility. This is the panel, automatic panel. Just switch it on, select which one you need, and you can start it. So automatically, as per their timing, you can select the timing here also, 40 seconds, 90 seconds. So it will automatically blow the whistle which is in the forward, or you can select the whistle which is in the aft also, okay. Like here it is selected, the forward one is selected here, so you can select the aft one also, okay. It's up to you. Alright guys, we have one more important thing here. This is the emergency telegraph unit, you can see here, okay. Well, this is the lever which we go ahead and astern. You can see here, if you want to stop engine, you need to put this lever on the stop. Moving ahead, dead slow, slow ahead, half ahead, full ahead. Well, we are on full ahead now. RPM is about 58, 59. You can see the RPM here. The RPM is indicating the RPM of the propeller, okay. So more RPM, more speed. Here are some more indicators. Main engine RPM also here, indicating here also. This is the analog system. You can see the fuel index, how much fuel is going inside the engine. Starting air pressure, this is very important. Well, this is very important because the starting air pressure should be enough to start the engine, because as you know, you have a self start in your bikes and in your cars. Well, actually it takes power from the battery to start the engine, to start the sequence. Well, we cannot use that inside the ship because it's a huge engine. It's like 3-floor engine. You cannot start it with the battery, so we start it with the compressed air. So that is the starting air pressure here. So if starting air pressure is less, you will not able to get the kick, you will not able to start the engine. So this starting air pressure should be enough. And actually when you are maneuvering, when you are inside the port, you need this starting air pressure good, because you are continuously using the engine ahead, astern, because you are getting the ship alongside. So you need engine sometimes ahead, sometimes astern, as per the position you want it to get the alongside, okay. So that's why this pressure is very important. Well, the next thing here, you can see we have a wiper controller. This wiper controller, for the 2 controllers we have, these are the wipers. You can see like we have in a car. We can just switch it on and use these wipers. Even though we can spray the water also, well, we have a spraying water system also. You can see these valves, actually it sprays water, okay. So it is for all the glasses of the bridge. Well, we have a valve also here. You can switch off this one. Well, this is the valve. If you move it to the starboard, the water will go to the starboard side, go to the port side, so water will come. This is the fresh water, okay. So that's what we have here, to spraying the water and to start the wipers. Make sure these wipers are always working, because these wipers are very important for the safety of the navigation. And PSC and other inspectors also check this wipers if they are working or not. So always make sure before the arrival that these are working, and if it is not working, make sure that the electrical officer check these, that something is wrong, he can repair on time. Alright guys, the next thing is here. This is a gyro which shows the heading of the ship, in which direction ship is going. So it's 056. 056 means we are going northeasterly. We are going to the Rotterdam now. So from Panama we are going Rotterdam. So again, northeasterly, this is the course which we are following right now. So below this section we have the autopilot system, okay. This autopilot system, we can set the course. Just press this button and set this course, so, okay. So as soon as you set this course, autopilot will get your heading to the 058.5. You can see this rudder is already moving, okay. You can see that indicator here also. It is going starboard 10. You can see, because I have given 2 degrees to the starboard. So now you can slowly see it is coming to the starboard. You can see this moving now. It is coming 058 and this and that, okay. So whatever the heading here, you will set it here on the autopilot. You will get that heading here in the gyro also. It will try to keep this heading, and accordingly it will give rudder to starboard, rudder to the port. Well, we have a controller also here. You can switch this controller to hand like this. Now you have a control over here onto the hand. If you move this to starboard 5, the rudder will also move to the starboard 5 like this. So this hand steering is used when you are going near to the port, because you need movements very quickly. So autopilot cannot do this. You have to use the hand steering when you are approaching the port and when you are under pilotage. Another control here is NFU, that is non-follow-up unit. This is the controller for that, okay. It is not following up because it's like this. You have to keep pressing it to move it to the starboard, and when you release it, it will stay, the rudder will stay at that point. It is not following up. Like here, if you put it here on 10, it will come to 10, and when it comes to 0, it will follow up to 0. But here the position does not indicate the position of the rudder, okay. So that's the thing. So in a case of emergency, if the hand steering is not working, autopilot has failed, switch on to NFU. That will help you. If it is not working, you have to do the emergency steering from the steering gear room, Okay, so yeah, that's why you need to put it on the NFU mode. Another thing here, we have a override tiller also, same like NFU. You can straight away just press this button and straight away use this override tiller. Well, these are the dimmer switches. You can see here, these dimmer switches are for the indicators which you can see on the forward. Okay, these are the indicators. So for reducing that light in the night time, you can use this dimmer buttons by using down. You can see this day night mode. Okay, let's see, now press this. See, it has turned into black. That is night mode. So you press this one again, it will come to the day mode. Well, just below that we have a steering gear panel. Here we have all the alarms for the steering motors. We have 4 steering motors. Steering motors means the motors which are used to move the rudder, port, starboard. These are the motors. We have 4 motors here actually. So we have to run 2 at one time. So we are running number 2 and number 4. So we use these motors alternatively. When we are reaching the port, we have to switch on all the 4 because the rudder movement should be fast. So but out at sea you don't need that much of a rudder movement, so that's why only 2 is sufficient. Alright guys, so the next thing here is the bow thruster controller here. The same thing which you seen in the remote control outside on the wings, same thing is here. We can operate the bow thruster from inside also. You can see here the control station. If the light is glowing here in the wheelhouse, it means the control is here. If it is on the wing, it means the control is outside. So when you press the button here, wing, then you can press that button outside on the remote control here or that side. So you will get the control of the bow thruster outside in the remote panel. Okay. Well, over here we have a magnetic compass control panel. Actually we can use a dimmer here. That we have the light here in the magnetic compass. The magnetic compass you can see from this periscope, which is just above this hand steering. Okay, you can see the light. Of course that light is not that much visible in the camera, but yes, you can see it. Well, there will be two type of lights here, the ship supply and the emergency supply. When you switch it on the emergency supply, so this emergency light will be useful when we are using the magnetic compass when we have a power failure, because the gyro will go out of order because of the power failure, so only the magnetic compass will be available. So but the light will go off because it is on the ship supply, so you immediately have to shift it on the emergency supply so that you can have a light on the magnetic compass and you can see the heading through this periscope. Alright guys, after this you have this dimmer, same dimmers for these panels which are on the front, and you have this buzzers for the telegraph. When the telegraph movement is happening, the sound will come out of here. This is the panel for the your watch alarm system, bridge navigation watch alarm system, Banwa system. It is set on 3 minutes. The backup officers are also mentioned here. You press anything here, let's say I rotate this trackball on the radar, it will get again reset, so it will start from 3 minutes again. So whatever you touch, especially the navigational equipments, it will start again the timer. Okay, sometimes on the bridges you can have a motion sensors also, but on this bridge we don't have motion sensors. Okay, moving on to the next thing, this is the S-band radar, same like X-band radar, but this is S-band. Okay, and this is always much better than the X-band radar. The performance is much better here. This one here is a VHF. We have 3 VHF. One is here, one is on that side, I already showed you. One is here, one is at the back at the GMDSS console, and we have this very important panel here, the general alarm panel, from where you need to actually activate the general alarm. You have to press this button for the automatic one, and if you can do it manually also. The general alarm is at least 7 short blasts and followed by 1 prolonged blast. You have to press this button in case of emergency so that everybody can get muster in the muster station. Moving on, the next thing is here is for the sound reception system. It is already switched on. The sound will come from the PA system. Okay, same here we have 2 ACDIS. One is here, one is there, one is at the back. Actually this is just a second monitor of this ACDIS. So we have 2 ACDIS on this bridge, so there is no need of a paper chart, so because we are complying the SOLAS. Okay, so no need of paper chart, we are paperless. Here we have GPS. Actually we have 2 GPS. A bridge must have 2 GPS at least. This was 1 GPS, one is at the back. I will show you later. This is here is the AIS in which you actually update your status, that you are using engine right now. There are other things also, how many people are on board, what is the next port, what is the ETA to the next port, and what is the course speed. And another vessel can see your course speed through the AIS also. Okay, so it is a very important equipment, the AIS. You need to just update the AIS when you are departing from the port. Okay guys, so the next thing is here, that is a VDR remote alarm panel. we have this VDR panel. You know, VDR is voice data recorder, is just like a black box in an aeroplane. In case of you know, accidents and everything, we need the evidences that what actually happened and how we can improve this thing. We have this black boxes in the aeroplanes, same like that we have this VDR. It is recording everything, like your radar, your voices also. You know, you can see this VDR microphone here. Yes, actually they are always this microphones are recording the audio also. Some microphones you will also find on the bridge wings also, because when we are arriving at the port, master and pilot are outside, so it's important to have the microphones there also. We have other feeds also, like echo sounder, ECDIS feed, VHF feed and all others. So now it is showing one alert, that is, this alert is for the echo sounder, because we are out at sea. We have switched off the echo sounder, that's why this alarm is coming up. Otherwise there are no alarms, and if some alarm comes, it means the feed of that particular device is not going inside the VDR, so you need to check. Okay, moving on to another thing. This is a telephone, same on the starboard and port side. These are the duct fans. Duct fans, you can see those cream color fans here. This is the ducts. Actually this is to, like you have seen in the car, the AC duct to clear the windscreen of the car. Same like that for the windows. In cold temperatures you can see some moisture there, so this duct heaters can help you, and also it helps you to keep your bridge warm also in cold temperatures. Here we can see that how much anchor chains are down in meters, but this is not actually accurate. Sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't show, so it is the additional equipment. Moving on to the next thing, these are the panels for the cargo hold fans. If you want to start any cargo hold fan, these are the fans for the cargo hold. It looks very, you know, dangerous kind of a thing, but it's very simple. Just to start you press green button, to stop you press the stop button. This red button is not a button, this is actually an indicator if anything wrong with the ventilation. Okay, if anything wrong with the vent, so it will glow up, it means that something is wrong, you have to check. It is a failure button, you can see here. Well, actually this panel normally you will see in the ship's office, in the cargo offices, but this thing is here also given on the bridge. Well, the layout of the bridge can be different for you also, so but this is the thing which is given here. Okay, the next thing here is for the CO2 release panel. Any CO2 release or sprinkler is activated, you will have an alarm here. Okay, so you know that something has been activated. If they open any CO2 panel, the alarms comes here. Okay, so you get the indication. Here is the pilot door indicator panel. Actually, if you open any pilot door on the port side or starboard side, you can have the indication in red color, it means the door is open. Here there are the deck lights. All the deck lights can be switched on from here. The deck lights mean the lights on the deck. It is a foremast for the forward station, and you can see this mooring stern mooring area, it means for the aft station, and all other lights are here. Next thing is here, signal light control panel. Well, this is for the Christmas tree. We have it on the Monkey Island. Monkey Island, you already know the space which is above the bridge. Actually, you can go onto the Monkey Island through here, through these stairs. You can see that Christmas tree, there are some lights on it, so you can switch on, switch off these lights like this. This is a red light, white light, red light. Yeah, these lights are available here. Panama Canal steering light is also here. So these are the different type of lights which is on the Christmas tree. You can switch it on from here. Another lights, these are the also Christmas tree lights. These are the direct lights. You know, this is not under command lights, are the two red lights in a vertical line. So you have to switch on this one, yes, and you have to switch on this one. So these are the two red lights in a vertical line. Oh, okay, so now you have switched on two red lights in a vertical line. Now it's a daytime, nobody will see it, of course, so now we can switch it off. Okay, so that's how this is the direct lights. It's given here, not under command. Singapore straight lights, which is green lights, three green lights in a vertical line. So these kind of lights are given here. These are the navigation lights. These are the main lights, like forward mast, starboard side light, port side light, stern light, aft masthead light. So these are the lights which are given here. So this is basically all are the light panels, deck lights, and your Christmas tree and your navigation lights. These things you can see here. We have the life jackets and the immersion suits inside. They are all here. And this one LTA also, which is behind. I don't want to pull it out. You already know LTA. That is LTA is a line throwing appliance. You can see here 4. So this LTAs are also back here. You know the shapes which we use, which we have learned in the rules. The shapes of the vessel, NUC have different, CBD have different. So cylinders, balls, you can see these shapes actually look like this in real life. These shapes you can pull out, I will show you. Alright. Okay, you can see this. This is the cylinder. Yeah. So this cylinder you can put it on the mast, aft mast. Okay. So these kind of shapes are here. One is a ball also like this. We have a bell also here. We have a gong also here. Yeah. So these kind of shapes and navigational equipments we have here. Let's close the panel. Well, here we have a flag locker. You see these flags, A, B, C, D, all the alphabetical flags here. And on the another flag locker, we have a country flags. Okay, for different countries, wherever we are going. For that route, we have all the flags here. For extinguisher, this here, and we have this laminating machine here. Okay, this one here is the battery for the LDIS lamp. LDIS lamp is the lamp which we use to give the navigation signals, to give the emergency signal, light signals, you know, night time. So which is here. It's a day signaling lamp also. This lamp is here. Okay, inside this one. So this can be connected here, and actually it should work with the battery also. If the ship supply is not working here, so that's why the battery has been given, so that you can use the battery in emergency situations. This battery needs to be charged all the time. This is second officer's job, so I charge it normally weekly. So I charge it every week. So this battery should be charged all the time. Alright guys, now we will go to the port side. This is here is an interesting area. This is a pantry area for us. We have little snacks here. We have coffee. This is an incredible coffee machine we have here. We can make a cappuccino, you can make espresso, whatever you like. This coffee machine can go. You can put beans here, you know, this fresh beans, and you can have a fresh coffee. This one is air filter, a sink, cups for different officers. We have microwave oven also. Here is refrigerator, small one. This one is here is the air condition, especially for the bridge. We have actually the air condition which is a common air condition, but this one is a special one for just for the bridge. Here are all the files and the manuals of the bridge equipments for paperwork. One more extinguisher here. This is a CO2 extinguisher. Alright guys, so this is very important area. This is a GMDSS panel. So we have a SAT-C here. We have two SAT-C, this and this one, and we have one MFHF. We have one more VHF. I told you that we have 3 VHF. This is the one, and another 2 which I showed you in the forward. So this is the GMDSS panel. This is very important panel. You can see here there are the voltages for the GMDSS batteries. You need to actually try out every day the battery load. You need to take the load on the battery also, so that every equipment is working and the voltage they are maintaining. So these equipments are basically for the communication purposes. So GMDSS is a global maritime distress safety system. So according to that, we should have some equipments which are used for the communication in case of emergency, and also in SAT-Cs you get the weather information, you get the navigation related to the navigation, you get the informations. Okay, so all the information you can get from the Immerset also. You just need to set the nav areas. You can see in whichever nav area you are. Like we are going from Panama to the Europe, so we are going from 4 and 2. Okay, so these are the two navigation nav areas we are passing through. So we will select these two nav areas into the Immerset. So whatever the weather information is here in these two nav areas, we will get in the Immersets. Okay, moving on, here we have one printer here, one laptop here. Laptop is actually for the digital publications. So all the publications are digital now. There are no books anymore, so all the digital publications are in this laptop. Here you have this GMDSS walkie-talkies. You have spare batteries for them. You always have 3 GMDSS walkie-talkie. They are normally in yellow color, and you have this. You should have these batteries also, and they should be not be expired. They should be under the expiry date. Okay, so these always should work. It's just like a VHF. It's just a portable VHF. We use it in case of emergency. If you are abandoning the ship, you need to get these VHFs right with you. Okay, so that you can contact the another vessel from the lifeboat. Here we have one more egg disk. Actually, this is not the one more egg disk. This is just a replica of that egg disk which is in the front on the starboard side. We have weather facts here. This is the another GPS. We have some stationary products here. We have deck logbook. This one here we have this nav text Navtex is also equipment which is comes under the GMDSS. It actually gives you information about the weather, local weather, and about the navigation information. Okay, so you can set the, actually this is the automatic one, the stations get set automatically, but if you want to check which stations are active or not, these are the station list. In whichever area you are, just you should have this station should be selected inside here, so that you get the informations in which area you are navigating. Okay, this one here is a speed log. This is a Doppler's log. Another speed log here is this one. We have two speed logs. This one here is a clock. We are doing some maintenance, that's why it's open. This clock is a master clock. From here you can advance and retard the clock. This clock is actually connected to all the clocks all over the ship. This is the wheelhouse poster. Wheelhouse poster has all the information of the ship, of their maneuvering characteristics, of their tactical diameter, their advance, their transfer. You can see all these things will be given in the wheelhouse poster. I will make a different video on it. Well, we have a muster list also here. Muster list is the list in which all the duties has been given to the different people. In case of emergency, in case of abandoned ship, what they need to do, in case of fire, what they need to do. The duties has already been assigned, so they just have to perform their duty, so then we don't miss out anything in case of emergency. Alright guys, so this was the tour of our navigation bridge. This is the place which is bread and butter for us, so for the deck officers basically. So I hope you find this video helpful. If you find this video helpful, please press the like button and do subscribe the channel. Also share this video to your friends who are joining new, so this video will be helpful for them. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video. This is Abhilash Thakur signing off.